Hello, I'm just doing a quick video. It may turn out to be a bit longer, I'm not sure, but I'm doing a quick video of I'm just going to create a weird creature type thing out of a sphere in Maya, the 3D software, and I'm going to rig it like a, with its own internal skeleton type thing, for use in a VRChat simulation. VRChat is where people meet up and compare their avatars that they create and whatnot, and just talk. And I just wanted to record doing this just in case you can get anything from it. Okay. Right. Well, first of all, I'm going to start sculpting. Hang on. I just need to get my magnifying glass back up again, because I can't see things properly. Fortunately, I need to. There we go. Let's put that down there so that I can see what I'm doing. First of all, I want to extrude some. I want to sculpt it all. Well, I don't want to extrude definite sharp edges and whatnot. I want to extrude almost like clay. You'll see what that does in a second. I just need to figure out which one I need to pick. I think it would be maybe this one. Right. Oh, we need to turn on symmetry as well. Yeah. Symmetry, where is it? Mirror. Right, here we go. Object X. We just need a horizontal type symmetry. Do you see that? As I'm moving across the let me turn that around. As I'm moving across the ball, the sphere, it's mirroring another point on the opposite side. The large circle is my actual cursor, and the other little dot is mirroring what I do. So if I pull something out, look, you see it's pulling it out on both ends. That saves a lot of time, obviously. I mean, you can just create one half of an object, but it's extra production time into it. I know I'm only creating an avatar, but still, you want to maximize your time, don't you? Really. So first of all, let's make that a bit bigger. Probably too big. About there. Should do it. Strength. Let's get that about up there. Let's give that a go. Try that. Let's see if we're getting somewhere now. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple of arms to start off with. Yeah, we have to experiment, don't we? Maybe that's not the right tool. That's a stamp tool, which is quite interesting. You can actually stamp, say you've got an image which is black and white. I think it's the dark areas that will stamp, the white areas won't. So you could stamp letters and stamp textures. It doesn't even have to be black and white, I don't think, but it works better if it's black and white. It's less noisy. Alright. Let's have a look what tools we've got here. I thought that one would work, but that's more of a change the sphere into a pear shape or something. I'm trying to pull out a single area, and I'm not sure which tool does that. Let's experiment with this one. What's this do? So mirrors on. See? Right, let's try again. Let's get rid of that because it's a bit big. Ooh, what's happening? I don't even know what I've done there. Oh, it's doing something, isn't it? Look, see? Alright, let's try again. Oh, wow. Interesting. It's not exactly what I wanted to happen, but it's a start, I suppose, isn't it? More of the shape of the body. You know, we're just playing it by ear, by the way. I've got no image in my mind other than arms and legs and a head. So let's try another tool. What is this? It doesn't look like it's the one we need, but you never know. What's that doing? Maybe sure what that's doing. What about this one? Oh, this might be more like it. So you might need to increase the polygons a bit. So what I shall do is I shall try and select the faces. Oh, hang on, I'm going to go here and answer. Object mode, faces. You see, by selecting the faces, I'm not going to select the faces on that side. So I need to, hopefully, I think this will do it. Is there a mirror option? Soft selection? No, that's not symmetry, isn't it? Symmetry off. Let's try this. Object X. Hopefully there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know how accurate it'll be. Hopefully it'll be accurate enough. Because the more detailed your model becomes, I do know that it sometimes messes up. It's not as accurate as you'd think. So I want to try and keep it as basic as I can. So here we go. Let's start selecting some faces that we want to increase the resolution on. Oops. These will go for a square shape like this. Cover all the yeah, I'll go around here. That one, 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 and that one. And of course these three here. Right, we should have, there's a cool little function up here. If you click it, it takes away all the unselected areas, so you can have a quick look at what you've got. You see, we've got all these here. It's also selected the outer area, which I'm wondering if that's like a soft selection. It's interesting. That could actually help us because we won't get much tearing there, which I was a little bit worried about when I increase the resolution. Because you can get tearing when you go from high resolution to low resolution areas. You need a lot of flow with the lines coming away from all the multiple lines that you're going to create. So let's have a look. There's only one way to try and smooth it. See, that's increased resolution there. We want to try and keep this figure down, you see. We want to keep this below, or approximately 10,000. If I increase the resolution of all that, it's just a waste. So let's try again. I don't want to mess with this because it tends to massively increase the amount of resolution. If I just go to mesh and keep clicking smooth, see? There we go. That's what I was looking for. Luckily it looks like it's working. Right, which tool were we on now? Let's go back to sculpting. What were we on? Was it this one? I can't remember. No, it wasn't, was it? It was... No, I can't remember. It may have been this one. Right. No, it wasn't, was it? Oh. Right. Where are we? No, I've drawn a blank. Could have been this one. There we go. See, I've accidentally gone into that area there, so see the tearing there. We can fix that down the line, but it's no big deal. It's it's not a game changer for the avatar. The avatar can have holes. It's in its structure, like it still work. Oh, you know what's happened? I've turned off the oh, it's still on. It's not having it though, is it? See what I was saying? There's little glitches as well. It has come back, but it may not be as accurate as I want it to be. May not be, I'm not sure. There we go. A little bit of stretching there. Like I say, we can work on that. In fact, there may even be a shortcut to smooth. Hang on, is it the shift key? Yeah, that smooths things down a bit. I don't know if it increases the resolution. No, it's actually reducing the bump, but it is smoothing out in a way, which isn't bad, I suppose. If you do hear a weird squeaky sound, it's my cat. Right, well, I don't think we can go any further with that, can we? So we might need to add. An object to there. This is going to be very weird looking. Create polygon primitive. Let's go for a cylinder. It will have selected it down here. Look, if I move up, here we go. Really just play it by ear here. This is going to be a terrible mess, but it's interesting though. What I might have to do is cut half of it off and then mirror it in the end anyway, after all this work. Because I'm creating one object here, and I know you can copy the values of where it is, but that's if I create another one now, and I'm going to build on this now. I'm going to stretch it and whatnot, and it might not turn out the way we want it to. Right, here we go. I'm going to object. Nope, let's not change that. Oh, scale. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for common selection options. Is that it? No, I'm looking for orientation. Here you go. Right. Object, there you go. So that when I pull this out, it's not going to go at a funny angle, because this selector here was straight up and down, more of a world orientation, wasn't it? But now it's an object orientation. So if I do that, you see, I can stretch it as much as I want. Yeah. Right. I'm going to create a couple of legs with this same piece here. Duplicate. Move that down. turn it around to a leg shape. It's going to be a total mess, but who cares? There's one leg, one arm. I want a head. Let's create another sphere for that. Alright, yeah. There we go. Looks like some sort of weird creature, doesn't it? But VRChat will animate that, you see, to run and move and walk and stuff. Right. I was gonna add fingers and whatnot, but I'm just gonna, for quickness, I'm just gonna add a ball on the end of the hand. If this works out properly, what I'll do, I'll do a more detailed avatar. Just press the space bar there. What that allowed me to do was change the viewpoint of my working camera so that I could line things up a bit better. So now I want to go back to the normal one. Where are we? Well, that's my live thing, isn't it? Right. Come on. Come on. I'm having another problem here. Come on, there we go. There we go. Right, that should do it. That one anyway. Do the same again. Create polygon sphere. Move that down. That'll do for the purpose of what we're trying to do. Like I say, it's not meant to be pretty. It's definitely not pretty. What we can do though is we can sculpt a little bit with the body here. What tools have we got? I don't seem to be having much luck with these sculpting tools. That's doing something. What? Ingredient boobs. I want to get banned. Right. Let's give it some shape other than just a ball. One we tried. There we go. See, sculpting tools work best with high resolution, but like I say, I'm limited to 10,000 polygons. I don't want to have to reduce it all once I've made it, even though it's not no work about. I just don't want to have to reduce it because it can tear, and like I say, you know, it'll reduce polygons from areas you don't want it to reduce. That'll do. I'm not trying to do anything in particular. Right. I think I need to combine all these now and then cut them in half. Yeah. I forget how you actually do that. There is an option. I know combine makes them all into one object as such, but it's not so that you can cut them in half though. Hang on. Yeah, I think it's Boolean, isn't it? Mesh tools, Boolean. Whatever that is. Booleans. And I think it's one of these. So I'll probably see it again. I need to get that magnifying glass up again. Where is it? I think it's union, isn't it? I think what I need to do is experiment on these two first. Try Boolean, union, and I'm hoping it turns them into one object. Looks like it's worked. Let's have a closer look. If it's worked, it should have done something, connected them somehow. And now I'm having a problem getting to them. Yeah, as it's worked. Fantastic. It's created a single object. They are connected there now. So what I have to do now is connect that to that. Same method. I don't think I can select them all at once. I think that might cause problems, so I'll just take my time. They're one object now. Now select that to that. Union again. Here we go. And then lastly, well, not lastly, I need to do these two first, don't I? Mesh, Boolean, union, and then that's one object. This is one object, so I'll go bump, mesh, Boolean, union. Right. Now I can cut it in half. I forget how you do that as well. I think I can just literally, if the line down the middle lines up, I think I can just literally cut off one half. Hoping anyway. There is mirror functions up here, but I'm not sure how you do them. Let's just have a go. Mirror, cut. What does that do? It's given me a warning. And it's destroyed my thing. Right, let's see what happens if I move it. Ah, what's going off? Hey, is that what I want? Is that what I'm looking for? Is it actually creating two halves? I'm not sure. What do you think? I'm not sure at all. So I click away. How do you do I go to edit and delete history maybe? Object mode. I seem to have selected something there. Look, one of them is very strange, isn't it? Well, we'll find out what's gone off. What all that green mess is. I don't know what that is. Well, it's solid at the moment. I wonder what happens if I delete the mirror thing. Yeah, thought that would happen. So how do I finish this off? I was wondering what this green is. What's this? I don't want to go researching on the internet while I'm on the video. Assets and mirror presenter? No. Space? No. I don't know. Could I just leave it there? I think what I'll do, I'll try and save it out as a FBX now. Export it out now as a FBX file and see what happens. Or I could save it as an object file. If I save it as a Maya file, it'll load back up with this mirror thing. I'm thinking, hopefully, we can save it as an FBX. Excuse me for the speed of my computer. I'll put silly man. What am I saving it to? Downloads. Silly man. Right, here we go. Export all, or do I? Well, we'll try it. Let's give it a go. I seem to have done something. Now try and load the FBX into here, see what happens. Import all files, downloads. Save on. What's happened now? I've got two. Doesn't seem to have done anything, does it? What I should try and do is create a new scene, don't save. Then open it again. Import. Save on. Hey, what's happening here? Oh, I think we might have to be onto something. This looks like it's a weird texture, doesn't it? I think I can change that though. Assign new material. Let's go for a blend. Yeah. Oh, we're getting somewhere, aren't we? Great stuff. Right. Although he doesn't look like much of a human, I mean, much of a thing, he does look like an upright walking thing, doesn't he? So what I can do is now create a skeleton. Just get on with it, shall we? Yeah. Go to rigging, skeleton, create a human IK. I don't know what that stands for, but I do know it creates a type of human. Sometimes you have to then create skeleton, of course, but it creates a human type skeleton. This is so it can communicate with programs like Unity and whatnot. Unity will recognize this and be able to animate our creation. If anybody wants to get into this, I suggest you just jump in at the deep end, like I did, and don't worry about how does that work, how does this work. Just follow a simple tutorial online. And oh, what have I done? No, I need to center that, don't I? If at any time you're finding you're having trouble scaling things, because it's nice to keep everything sort of like a standard center, isn't it? You see how my selector there is slightly to the right? When I went to go and increase the size of him, he was going more to the left than to the right, and he was messing up all the work sort of thing. We could have got by it by being careful and moving it to the left and right and whatnot, but you would have never got it in the center just by manually doing it, and would have probably lost us original, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Original positions. So there's an option in modify here somewhere. It's called center pivot. There you go, and hopefully there we go. See, it's now put it in the center, mathematically in the center, which should also be mathematically in the center of that. And I'm talking about the x-axis, not the y-axis, of course. That's up and down, isn't it? But if I go and increase the size, we have one less thing to worry about. All I have to do then is move our creation upwards there. See, until I bind this skeleton to him, we can still play with this. We can still change his shapes and whatnot, make him a bit wobbly looking or something, you know. But I think we'll just go for this at the moment. We've lost sight of the skeleton. We've lost sight of the skeleton, so I'll fix that in a second. Try and get as close to the centre as we can, around about there. Centre his limbs, of course, you know. His torso, his back is somewhere in there. So all this is bulging out. And we're not even stuck at the moment to say which way he's turning. Because that's when you get to the game engine. Which way is forward, which way is backward. There's my little cat talking again. Right, so right, let's see that we can see more of the skeleton. There we go. Now we can see the skeleton as if it's visible. I mean clear, but it's not. It's still in there. It's just the software is allowing us to see both, which is very useful. So all I have to do is work on one side of the skeleton, line up where I think the hip is, line up where I think the shoulder is, line the arms up and whatnot. Hang on, baby, I'll feed you in a second. That's my cat asking me to feed her. She's got 20 minutes to wait that. Right, so let's get on with this. First of all, select that shoulder. No, I need to start on the lower area. If I start up high here, the further I get down, when I get to the hip, it selects. Oh, it's a bit strange. All I know is that it works better if I start here. So if you remember, start on your hip. His hip is going to be about there, isn't it? And we've got more or less a nice area here. Yeah, that'll do me. And then we need to turn the leg outwards a bit. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, what I'll do first is I'll stretch the leg out to more or less the right length first before I go tilting it. See? Now go back to the hip. Now in theory, if I just turn this round, I just pull this out a bit, it should line up, see? I know it's not much of a foot this, but it's a start. We've all got to start somewhere, haven't we? So right, that'll do for the leg almost. I think it's slightly off angle there. It is, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Right, got his hip sorted. Now what? There's a button over here. You see that? I wish Maya would give you tooltips to do down here at the bottom. But my Windows is playing up, so everything is always behind the taskbar. So just through memory, I know that this will mirror this right leg to the left leg. Watch this. It's pretty special, this bit. If I click this. Boom. See? I don't have to mess around now. Do the same with the right shoulder, leg and whatnot. Here we go. The right shoulder. The right shoulder. Alright. First of all, we want to... By the way I'm focusing on in the general area where I've selected is, once I've selected an area like I've just done, I press the F key and that focuses in the general area. If you've got a mouse, if you're using a mouse, I'm using a touchpad. If you're using a mouse, the middle mouse key, I believe, helps you pan around, so I could shift left and right without turning. And there is options up here that I can select. I think it's in one of these, I don't know, and to do that with the left mouse key. But I'm getting by, you see, so I can just carry on as I am. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the right shoulder. Oh, actually, first, what I need to do is, just let me put that back where it was. I need to bring the whole body up, don't I? That needs to be more up there. About there. Because his neck is hidden in that area there. I can move the shoulders down, don't worry about that. Because he's a funny, strange shape. We can be forgiven for moving things around, can't we? Right. See what I'm getting at? Yeah. Because he's a strange shape, his shoulders are in there somewhere, aren't they? Hopefully that's centralised there as well, which it is. Just focusing again. So that I can turn and see and visualise as well, you see, can't I? I need to go a little bit more here. I could probably do with going up there a bit, but I think that'll be... No, I think I will have to. Because it might... When the arm bends there, it may bend a section of the head as well, which would look strange. It'd work, but we want it to be... We want to try, don't we, a little bit. So here we go. Now this section here beyond there and round there will be a sort of shoulder. You'll see, because the arm will naturally come down when we've added an animation. Right, let's have a bit of a zoom in. So yeah, that's not bad. I'm quite happy with that. Right, now turn the whole arm round. Until we've more or less got centre there. That's about right, I think. It's more or less a straight line with that. Right, his wrist. Let's just move this elbow a bit. I need to go to object, which is on. Yeah, should have looked. Looks like, what's his name? That Summit Bolt. I forgot his name now. It's like he's doing the bolt thing, doesn't he? Right. Let's get his wrist in the right place. See how invaluable that focuses. Out there. We need to put the wrist in the right place, I think, to be honest. About there. And making the hand bigger is going to be a bit awkward. I could extend the fingers and whatnot, but we'll leave it as it is. What do you reckon? See what happens. You never properly know what's going to happen until you experiment with it. There's a way in Unity to check out your animation and whatnot before you export it, and I just don't know. I can't remember how to do it. So I go straight from here to Unity, then upload to VRChat to my account, and then I just check it out in VRChat. If it don't work, I'll save a version of it in here in a moment before I bind the skeleton to that. Because if you bind the skeleton to this, and I later want to change the model, you have to rebind and everything, which is a bit strange. There's got to be an option somewhere. I have checked out online, and there seems to be something, but they lost me past the first word. Right, so the shoulders are very forward look. That's what I need to do. First of all, get these arms the same. There we go. Straight away, bang. Right, what I need to do is, if I move this point backwards, it'll also move the arms, and I'm not sure if I can do that without. So if I select that there, can I deselect the arms? I don't know. Control key? No. See, look, I don't know what's going off here. That suggests to me that it's selecting the whole area. So what I can do is I can just go for a different point of view here again. I don't know what that dark colour is. Maybe that's something to do with the normals. Is that what they call it, the normals? Oh, we'll just go back to this. I can sort of see, look, I need to get the head area backwards. There we go. We'll get some movement in the head, won't we? Even though he hasn't got a neck. It might squash into his chest a bit, but it's all part of the fun. Right, extend that a bit. Up there, more or less where the middle of his eyes would be. Right, I'm quite happy with that. Right, we'll save this as a silly man. A silly man Maya file. Maya binary. It comes out as MB, I think. We'll call that silly man in downloads. Yeah, that's great. Man MB. Save as. Right, it's before I bind the skeleton. At the minute, the skeleton and the I always say skeleton. What's wrong with me? Right, before I bind the skeleton to the body, I wanted to save it so that I can play around with this if it turns out to be more interesting than I thought. But now, because I've saved it, I can save another copy of it later when I have binded it, of course. So now we go to skin. I always thought it was to do with skinning it, you know, sticking a skin on the thing, but it's not. It's talking about skinning the skeleton with your model. Alright, so you come down here. I forget what I have to press now. Bind skin, I think that's it. Just need to check a setting. Don't even understand what this setting means, but I remember which one I have to select. That's it. Geodesic voxel or something, I don't know. I think that's the one or is it this one I have to select? I can't remember now. No. It was this one. I just remember through memory. I don't know what it is I'm clicking. But it seems to be already on it. So that's good enough for me. Right. Close it first because I haven't selected them yet. You then, first of all, have to select your skeleton. So if you're going to remember this, remember your skeleton comes first when you're being born, doesn't it? When you're being made in the womb. So just remember that. The skeleton comes first. Select the skeleton. It's with the left click in the middle there, the groin area, on the dot. And then you move to your model, you hold down the shift key, you left click, and it's selected both, even though they are separate objects. But doing it in that order, skeleton first, and then selecting the body, when I go to skin and then bind skin, it will, hopefully, make these one object, but with a purpose. Takes a bit of time. But we can check the limbs out as well. See if the limbs move like limbs. Not an animation, but I can grab a joint, pull it. Instead of it acting like a model, it'll act more like a human joint. Or an upright standing joint of a creature, I mean, you know. Right, bear with me. See, to have a bit of fun, you could, before I did this binding, I could have stuck a face on there quite easily. A little face. Maybe a different colour, you know. Right, here we go. Right, now if I click away from it anywhere into space, you get these weird colours. I don't really understand what the colours mean, but what I do know is, if I go to source and then control rig, you get these different circles in areas. Watch this now. If I click up there, now if I pull it, watch this. Oh, it's going off at the back there. Oh, it's breaking, look. You see that? This is the problem you get. This is probably to do with that mirroring thing. But we have got a joint, do you see it? This is definitely to do with that mirroring thing, I'm sure. But it's just a matter of research. Let's have a check of the head. I can still upload him and see what happens. Just for the giggles. His head seems to be working, but there is that tearing thing at the back. Wherever it is. He is looking down, look. He's sort of looking into his chest. Though, like I predicted, look. If we look at the back of him, see there's that problem again. A weird, you know, like two models within one. It's because I've done it wrong, but I got sort of the effect I wanted. Right, now I need to save him. Let's just check the leg, see what happens. See what happens when I move the leg. Oh, we've got a working leg there. Where's the knee joint? The knee joint just up there, isn't there? It's not in the right place. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's not even moving. I wonder what's going to happen with this. Anyway, let's put him back. Get him more or less in the right position like that. Right, now we're going to save him as Silly Man again. Go to export. Export all, I can't see. Export all, yep. Right. I think I'm onto the right thing here. Right. Export all, we want an FBX export. I'm going to go to Silly Man FBX. Just go over the top of that. It'll ask me if I want to. Yes, I do. Now we'll have something working to go to Unity. Like I say, Unity is the game engine. I was working on a silly face, look. And it didn't turn out. Alright, let's have a look. I'll delete that. It didn't work at all. Which was strange. Right, I've been having a bit of a problem with it as well lately. All my figures have been half in the ground. Let's see if it's different this time. Assets, create. Now I want import new asset because I've got some assets down there, things I've been working on before. We'll just bring our new asset in. Where is he? Downloads. Silly Man FBX. Where is he? Is that it? Looks blue to me. Maybe he's blue, I don't know. Right, one way of finding out, put him over here. He's blue. I didn't know. just make sure. See, his feet seem to be in the ground there, don't they? Or thereabouts, I'm not sure. Go a bit higher with him. I think that'll do. Right, you select this in the assets section. This is the file that I just put in. I don't know what this is. This is just because there's other parts to him in here. I'm all new to this. When you've selected this in your inspector, you've got some options. You've got to make sure you've selected the right one. On rig, it says generic here. Usually, you'll make sure that's humanoid, because remember we put that skeleton in him, which is there. Look, on the other program, Maya. For Unity to pick up on that, we've got to say, look, we've got a humanoid rig in there. Now it's done something. Hopefully it's done the right thing. And then we just apply it. Yeah. That's that first part done now. Apparently that's a big part of it done. All we do now is we select this object again. Add a component. See all this here? These are components within this object here. They all mean something. Look, transform. I think that's to do with where he is. Animated. We've added an animation. I don't know if that means he'll animate now if I tried to get him to run, but I'd have to add something called a controller or something, which will allow me to move him with the keyboard, and that's going to mess things around here, I reckon. So we may as well just add the component for VRChat, which is, I'll just give you a quick description of how I got that in here. This isn't here by default. You have to go to the VRChat website, read their documentation on the software development kit you need, the SDK for Unity. It'll tell you the versions you need and everything. And you install that in here as per their documentation, and it gives you extra options onto how to quickly do what we're doing here. So if I add component, see, VRC, we were looking for the VRC descriptor, yeah. That'll give us this line here and an extra box down here somewhere, actually a couple of boxes. What this line does is show us which way he's facing, and he's facing with the weird bubbly side we created. That's the way he's going to be facing. His feet might be in the ground when we get him, but only partly, because this white line sort of suggests where he is going to be. If I try and move him up now, he'll move with the white line as well. Which I suppose I could just delete this, but I'll be going into territory that might mess up this video. So we'll just go for this. Right, this white line's pointing his direction, as I've just said. There's also a dot. You just faintly see that. That is where your point of view is going to be. You need it in front of the model, because if it's behind the model, all you're going to be doing is looking at the back while he's running. You won't be able to see anything. If it's within the model, I'm not sure what that'll do. I think you'll see textures and things of the arms and whatnot, because from when you're looking inside the head, it'll be invisible, but you'll be able to see things in the way, you know, and if you had any eye sockets and things, it would all look weird. So if I just move a bit closer here, I'll show you that little dot. It's like a point of view. You see that there? Yeah. I can't actually select it. I can't actually select it for some reason, so I have to look for it. It's in a nice place already, but I'm going to try and move it up a little bit further, because it needs to be more or less where his eyes are, doesn't it? So let's go for, that's why you see, look, it's on 0.6, I think. Let's go for 0.8. What we got? Yeah, it's more or less in the right place. Now we're almost there, believe it or not. They've made it really easy to do. Now within this VRChat menu here, there's an option. There's all these different things here I haven't really bothered with at the moment, but you basically have to log in to VRChat account. The account of your VRChat, where you downloaded the game from, is where you create an account. You log into your account through here. If I haven't logged in, it will tell me to log in when I click this. This is the button we need to click to upload our model. But I have already logged in, so it won't say it. But you're going to see, if you haven't logged in, you're going to see something different to me. Like I say, it's going to look like a login box. Just log in with your VRChat details, and then it'll go ahead and just carry on from this click. You won't have to do anything else at that time. So I'm going to click this here, and now it's giving me some warnings. It's saying there's too many polygons, I think. Which it'll let me off with that, I reckon. I need my magnifying glass, like an old man. Stopped. There you go. See, we've got some warnings. Look, avatar feet are beneath the avatar's origin, the floor. That's probably not what you want. See, that's exactly what we were saying. Then you've got polygons, 8,939. It's giving me a warning for some reason. So I think you need about 10,000. Another one up here. Your stick here is newer than the. It usually says that, but I have followed the VRChat documentation, and that tends to not worry the next process too much, which is build and publish. So now when I click that, it's going to literally upload to my VRChat game. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So let's give it a go. It did crash once. Oh no, I forgot there is another section here still. It's fetching. It's fetching a form like metadata, describing our model that we're going to upload, so that we know what to look for when we're in game. Obviously, we need to call him Silly Man, don't we? It takes a moment. So, world name. Let's call him Silly Man. Silly Man. You can give a description if you want. Silly Man again. You put anything in there, couldn't you? Then you click in here. The above information is correct. Sort of a disclaimer. If you've got any warnings for the kiddies that are going to join the game, I don't know how that affects other people's choices to look at you. But if there's any gore or anything like that, I would suggest clicking these, because they're being put there for a reason. And we don't want to upset people. It's tried to select an image of the body. I know that's him, so I'm not going to go messing around with that. But it's just so that we know what to look for when we're in game. Right, I'm going to upload. That should only take a moment. Wait a minute. Oh. Got a bit of a yawn here, done. Upload completed. VRChat. Launch VRChat to see your what's it? Upload. Ugh. Up content. Yeah. Right. Click OK, and then we'll just start VRChat. I want to make sure my VR headset's off, and if it's off, it'll open the VRChat software in an standard mode. So let's go from there. See what happens. I'm going to try not getting involved in a conversation with somebody. There's usually somebody there. I'm yawning a lot today. I can close this. I can close this now because it's just in the way, isn't it? Yeah. I know. Just give me a moment. It's my cat saying, "Please feed me." Give me a moment. I know. I'm doing a video. Right. There's a lot of people there. I'm not going to bother them. I'll come over here. Now, the avatar I've got at the moment isn't the one we've uploaded. I'm not even sure whether I'm talking on the microphone, to be honest. I'm talking to all of you, but I don't think the game's recognising my voice. Doesn't matter. I'm going to select the avatar now. Here we go, silly man. See, that's another one I did before. Silly man. Let's see what happens. Oh no, this is horrific looking. Right. Now we've got a mirror down here we can check. Oh, I've got a full house. Hey, there we go. Oh, he's terrible looking. Oh, yeah, he's got a knee joint though. Do you see the knee joint? Oh, that's a mess. But you get the idea, it's worked. Hello. How you doing? So you can hear me? I don't know if anybody can hear me. Oh, yeah, they can. You're all on YouTube, by the way. I've just done a simple avatar upload, you know, just for YouTube, and it's a total mess. Look at him. He's a monster. Thank you. I'm going to have to get better at this, aren't I? Anyway, I think I'll just have a...
Alright.
No swearing. You're on YouTube, young man.
I love the creativity people have in some of their episodes. It's just
Hello.
You can only imagine.
Hey up, knee socks. How you doing? You're on YouTube, mate. I've done a stupid avatar. What do you reckon? Oh, he's sticking his thumbs up. Bless him. He likes it. It's a mess. It's horrific. It's even more horrific than him. Than Direhawk.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a giant Mr. Blue. Mind you, that's quite horrific. Hello. Bit scary.
Hello.
Hello. Yuki. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to you all. See you later.
See you later. It's the big purple shirted ice diver guy. You can only imagine.
Oh, there we go. Alright, thank you all for watching. And what I'll do, I'll follow this up with another one as well. Maybe we could do one add to him, or maybe we could get a standard avatar, one that's already been made on a website. There's lots of free avatars available online. Standing in the T pose, the arms out, legs generally like that, and you can just drop your rig in. And I hope I could help. I hope I've helped you a little bit in understanding it, if that's why you came to this video, or just to watch for a bit of entertainment. But please subscribe to me, and I promise I'll be doing a lot more videos like this. Or leave me a like, or both even. That would be great. I would really appreciate that. And I'll say hi to you in the comments as well. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye for now.